Hmm.
What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and I I don't know how to react to this. I know you did a little bit of a reaction earlier, Rose. I know I've seen Kieran Rants has done a little bit of a reaction. I saw Toffee TV have done a bit of a reaction. I heard Falcon Blues on the radio. Um, I've tried to sort of wait just to really see if this is genuinely truly happening, and by all accounts, it could be announced tonight.
Yeah.
How how? What's your thoughts on this?
So dejected. For me, it's a shock, really. You know, how quickly it's all come about. Last night, a lot of us were just ridiculing it. Oh, no, it's just a rumor, lazy rumor. And then today, the pace it's gone at, that it's been happening for days. And I'm sure we'll talk about this more, but Richarlison, his tweet on Friday, Ancelotti, love heart, something with a photo of them both, now makes so much sense because it's been going on for the last, couple of weeks. And I didn't believe it. I genuinely didn't believe it until Romano and Ornstein started tweeting about it. I was like, actually, and yeah, this is probably true. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, just so dejected, Mike, because they're like I feel like some fans now are trying to point score and say, well, oh, you criticized Ancelotti, and I've seen that all over social media where you criticized him and now he's gone. But by criticizing him, it didn't mean that we wanted him out. It just meant that for next season there were things to work on. But the fact that he's gone is, so disheartening, and the names being mentioned are so disheartening. Yeah.
It If I'd have recorded this on my own, this reaction would have been very different because I wouldn't have spoken rationally. Um, I'm angry. I'm not angry at necessarily the Everton board or anything because I'm suspecting they were blindsided by this. I'm angry that I put trust in Carlo Ancelotti. Now, look, you get offered the Real Madrid job. I think it's incredibly difficult to turn him down. I understand that, and in terms of both clubs and the gravitas, Real Madrid obviously are a bigger club than Everton. But don't tell me you've fallen in love with the city. You've fallen in love with the people. You want to stay here longer. Last week you were talking to me about how you were flattered. You were telling me that there's some big plans in the summer, how you were identified all of this, and then literally within probably 5 days, you've turned your back on Everton and you go into Madrid. And I understand from a Carlo leaving perspective, and I also understand from an Everton being disappointed perspective. But the issue here, yet again, is us. It's the fans. Yet again, we are going to have to go from the start again, putting our trust into a manager who in 18 months it's either going to be shit or bust, like the last four have been. Koeman didn't work. Martin Silva didn't work. Sam Allardyce, let's not even go there. And you've got Carlo Ancelotti. Now look, his football at times last season was horrendous. His decision making at times was horrendous. His substitutions at times were horrendous. But I still trusted him. I still, to this day, trusted he would put Everton Football Club back in the upper echelons of the Premier League consistently. And for us to go from Carlo Ancelotti to being linked heavily with Nuno, with Eddie Howe, with Moyes, with fucking Mr. Slipperty Knot over there from across the park. I just don't get it. I am devastated by this. No lie, no bullshit, no hiding behind it. I am devastated. I broke the news about a week ago about the spade in the ground for the new stadium. I said it on my channel last week. I think you watched that video. I'm sure you commented on it. It's huge news for Everton Football Club, but yet again, it's masking over such disappointment. It's just not a good day for Everton Football Club. And then to top all of it off, which some people will think is not a big issue, Ben Godfrey's been excluded out of the England team, but he's taking 4 right backs.
Yeah, God knows it has been. It's been a day for Everton. It really, yeah, no, it really, really has. But I agree with everything that you've said there. That I think we all felt a disconnect, from Everton, and we're saying this is the most disconnected we felt for like the squad and the players. But I didn't feel disconnected from the manager. I felt like the manager knew what he was doing. We believed in his plan. This summer we were all talking about who can we get, which player can we sign. Now we're going to be shopping at, I don't know where, like what we were doing in a Marco Silva, just random buys that made no sense. And I've got a tweet here from Alan Myers. So I think it shows that, like you say, we were blindsided. The board were blindsided. The board met only last week to discuss supporting Ancelotti on plans for next season. So clearly we weren't going to sack him. It's just now Real Madrid have come calling and he's gone. Sorry.
What came out of that meeting? Did the board come out and say, "Oh, we can't back you as well as we thought we could," or financial fair? I'd love to have been a fly on the wall in that board meeting, because I don't know. I just don't know. I look at the whole board needs to take responsibility for this, because yes, it's not necessarily their fault, but they've got to fix it. They've got to fix it. And the way that they're going to fix it is, again, not going out and getting a manager who is unproven, who is a risk, i.e. a Marco Silva. A Nuno is fairly risky. It's not like we have Jimenez, who we can score 35 goals a season, etc. We don't have the players that suit his style of play. And that will take time. The manager I want, and any other fan, any other channel who is not Everton related would absolutely wet themselves at this. But the manager I want is Conte, and any other manager than Conte is a step down, because we need a manager who can win, who can drag a team from nothing to everything. And I thought Carlo could do that. David Moyes can't do that. He's done a great job at West Ham. He did a great job at Everton, but he never won anything. We've got Carlo. We had Carlo Ancelotti, who had won things, who knew. Yes, he didn't necessarily have a rebuild project before, but he knew what a top team looked like. So at least he could build us into that in time. We need a manager who is literally going to say, "I demand X, Y, and Z," and Marcel Brands has to go, "Yeah, no problem. Do you want me to jump? How high do you want me to jump while I'm doing that?"
Yeah. So I'm going to give you a controversial opinion. That's why we won't. Unpopular opinion. Sorry. That's why we won't appoint Conte. That's why we'll go with Eddie Howe, because Eddie Howe will just be delighted to have a job again, and to be managing Everton when he used to support us. And
it'll be a fucking yes, man. Yeah. Honestly, the team. I mean, Richarlison.
That squad needs to take, and they won't be taking a long, hard look at themselves. They'll be on their holiday, now, and just saying, "Oh, isn't that a shame?" But there's another manager they've got rid of, and no, this manager's not been sacked, but he's left because he's thinking, "God, I can't work with these again for another year." They've said I can bring in 3 players when I need to bring in 6. I despair. I really do despair, because you know what? The Reds, they're having a field day today, and we're letting them. We're letting them because we're going to get rid of it. Well, we'll get rid of Ancelotti. Ancelotti's going to leave, and we're going to bring in Eddie Howe.
The club is. I said it the other week, and people disagreed with me. The club's broke. The club is broken as a unit. The club is broken. You've got fans who. Everyone is about opinions, so this isn't, I'm just disagreeing with certain people's opinions. It's not a criticism. They're more than entitled to them. You've got fans saying Eddie Howe's a good appointment. I don't agree, but again, whatever. You've got other fans saying give Duncan the job. Again, I disagree. What players can he attract? He might be a great coach. He might be a good motivational speaker. He's not ready for that seat. He hasn't got the persona, the profile to do it. Then you've got people like me who are saying, absolutely spend tons of money and go and get Conte. That could easily be the wrong thing to do when we already know that we're quite pressed on financial fair play. And then you've got other people who are saying, well, I just give up. I just give up. I'll just give up. You know, one of the reasons John gave up on the channel is because he's had enough. He's had enough. He's fed up with Everton. Yeah, John has still renewed his season ticket. He'll still be there every week and he'll still support them, even though from top to bottom, since Mashiri has walked in, this club's been a mess. And I'm not even criticising Mashiri. I'm not even saying I don't like Mashiri. I love him. This guy's giving us a new stadium. He's giving us everything that we have wanted in years. He's given us money. He's given us backing. He's backed our managers. He's brought in players that I didn't think we could, i.e. he's paid for transfers of Allen and James Rodriguez, etc. He put Everton on the map. Yeah. But Everton's average finish in under Mashiri is 11th,
which is awful.
It's not progression. It's not progression. The first season he come out, John, and this is a true story. The first season, full season, Mashiri was in charge. Bearing in mind, he got the job in February. The first season, the season tickets come out, and it said clearly, nothing will be the same. No, you're right. It's been worse. It's actually been worse.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, that's the thing. I don't even know where we go from here. So, a lot of people in the comments on my videos, I was saying, "Well, who do you want?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not ready. I wasn't ready for Ancelotti to leave. You know, and I think we mentioned Nuno, but I think Nuno's off to Palace because he's been talking to Palace for the last few days. So he's going there. So there's another one that we can't get. I mean,
Eddie now turned down Celtic.
So yes, he's coming. He knows because I think Everton have known. But they've done that whole thing where we're silent, and I'm not expecting them to, you know, tell us all the ins and outs of the club. But you know, they've been silent. They've not said anything on Twitter today. Everybody else been going into meltdown. All the fans want some answers. But Romano's confirmed it for us because it's a criticism that I have of the club. It's just that, you know, I'm waiting for the email telling me to buy the away kit and buy the goalkeeper kit. But you're not going to tell us that, you know, Ancelotti's off because he's had enough of this, and that. It's just. We're a mess, Mike. And my fear is now I saw us competing with the likes of Leeds, your Arsenals, these we didn't even finish. We finished below them because we had Ancelotti. And now I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, well, Bielsa's better than what we're going to get. Arteta, for all of the criticism he got, still finished in a decent position for, you know, the terrible start they made. And then, yeah. And these players as well, these players don't get away with it. If they'd have won a few more games and we'd have had Europe, maybe you might have reconsidered and said, actually, we've got into Europe, so not right now. But
even if he didn't, even if Everton finished in Europe and he still left, we were more attractive to manage. Yep. You know, why would a Pochettino, or obviously he's not been sacked, etc. But why would someone like a Conte, an Allegri, a Pochettino, anyone of any stature come to Everton football for far money, which is again the wrong incentive. With Carlo Ancelotti, we believed, because again I'm going to hold judgment on this, but we believed that he came to Everton because he fell in love with the project. He fell in love with the area. He came to a game. And everyone saw that video. He sits down, and he hears a roar. He hears the roar, and you see his face go, "Whoa!" You know, like he fell in love with Everton Football Club. And you're telling me within 18 months he doesn't love us anymore? None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. I can't wait to hear the statement from Everton. I can't wait to hear the comments, if any, from Carlo Ancelotti. And I certainly hope that Everton haven't lost out of this financially. You know, obviously we would have had to have been paid off for Carlo's contract, or Carlo's resigned. And I really don't know. I'm gutted, and the bigger issue to this is, and I mentioned it earlier, so did you. It's another manager. It's another philosophy. It's another style of play. It's another selection. It's another team. It's another everything. We're going to be another 2 years down this line, and that means by 7 years' time, we might be looking at a decent Everton team, or we might be in exactly the same mess as we are now. And at the minute, I have more faith in us being in a complete fucking shit-tip mess than I do us walking into that new stadium with a big bounce, a big happy face. You know, I just.
Yeah, and we're going to get told again, be patient. The manager can't do it overnight, and so we were 18 months into that, and our patience is wearing thin, and now we've got to wait again, like you say, and it's just.
It's a restart job. It's a genuine. This is an opportunity now for this Everton's board. Not for the fans, by the way, because this isn't. I don't think this is what the Everton fans would want. But this is an opportunity for the Everton board to go, right, we're going to get a yes man in for 2 years. We're going to reset financial fair play because we obviously completely messed it up under Walsh. We're going to reset all of that. We're going to give this manager not a lot of money, and we're just going to see how well we do. It really wouldn't surprise me if they went for David Moyes. It genuinely wouldn't surprise me because David Moyes doesn't need loads of money. We've had it before. Yeah. We've spent. I think the most we ever spent in a transfer window for Moyes was about 25 million. Everton could. Mashiri could find that under his sofa.
Yeah.
It's a mess. And then you're right. Mentioning Leeds and Arsenal. Why would Bielsa consider the Everton job? Why would Arteta consider the Everton job right now? Why would we want him equally? But there's Everton aren't attractive, and it pains me to say this, and trust me, I bang the drum on this on lots of YouTube channels. I've spoken to lots of people. I've had a bit of banter with Chappie today. He's got a massive video coming out, and where were Everton compared to Leeds 5 years ago? Leicester were, they were nothing. I think they were getting relegated, and then they won the league. This Everton team has got worse, and yet the person that we put faith in, we trusted, is walking away from us. It's genuinely, no bullshit. It's devastating. I am devastated.
Yeah. Same. I've got nothing to add on that. Yeah.
Well, who? If you could bring in, I know you said it's early, but is there anyone you want? Anyone?
It has to be a big name. I think, to be honest, Conte, because my other fear is that we get Eddie Howe and then Richarlison says, right, I'm off then. James is out the door. James is gone because Ancelotti's gone, and that's the only reason really that he came to us. Alan maybe could say the same thing, whereas if we get a Conte, they say, oh, actually, hang on a minute. Yeah, he just won a league title. I'll stay here and see what they're going to do. But we go and get a Howe, like a Marco Silva. That's how I put it, a lower team, relegation battles with their respective teams, and then and then we sign him, and Richarlison says, no, I'm out. I was playing for Ancelotti. I'm not playing for you lot. And I mean, where does that end? Because Godfrey's missed out on the Euros, but if he has another good season, teams will be aware of him. And this summer now, I was saying it's crucial in terms of players, but it's even more important now based on the manager. If we appoint a manager who's won nothing and hasn't managed a team like Everton and a squad like ours that needs severe work, I genuinely could see a mid-table to bottom half finish next season, because these players have shown that they'll do that. Ancelotti came in, we were 15th. We'll go back to that because the players will just coast and not care, and they don't care. So
this summer, in my opinion, is as much damage limitation as possible, but equally, this is a summer where we can hopefully get rid of some of these players. There is literally no reason these players have to be part of plans now. Literally, there could be a mad exodus at Everton Football Club now, and I'm not necessarily against it. I'm not actually against 10 first team players leaving. I'm really not. As long as the person we bring in, I can put faith in that he's going to get it right. And the problem is, anyone other than a winner in the Premier League or in a top league is a gamble. It's a gamble.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the three. I mean, the list of people I want in ascending order. Conte number 1. No, descending order. Yeah, I can't even think. Conte number 1. I don't think it'll happen. Allegri and Rafa would be 2 and 3. Again, I can't split them. Neither completely sell it to me. I'd probably go Rafa over Allegri. Then probably Nuno 4th and Moyes 5th.
Yeah. It's the best of what's out there. That's it. Yeah.
The problem is we're not even the best team looking for a manager.
Nope.
That's the problem. That's why we're in this mess. Because a better team wanted our manager. So how the frigging hell are we going to attract a manager that could walk into any of these clubs? The only positive is Conte left Inter. And Inter, I don't know if they've appointed someone yet, but it appears that through the whole merry-go-round, it does appear that it is only Inter and Everton who need managers.
Yeah.
I might have missed someone out. I feel like I've missed someone out, but Conte, if he wants a job, he's got no option.
Yeah. Well, I would just pray that, because I think Lukaku said that wherever Conte goes, he wants to follow him. So hopefully in 3 months we're talking and say, right, yeah, we've got Conte, we've also got Lukaku. It's never going to happen, but that's the only positive that I can try and spin. And the other positive is that it's happened now. It's not a long, drawn-out saga. Like, it's happened quick and it's shocked all of us, but at least it's not organized.
Looks like Rose's internet has disappeared on us there. Absolutely gone. Oh, no, she's back. I think she's back. Are you back, Rose? Your internet went all funny then.
Oh, did it? Sorry.
It might be my internet. I mean, I don't know. You never know with StreamYard. You ain't got a clue. But yeah, it went all funny then. Literally, you were just frozen on the screen doing a fantastic little face.
No, great.
Yeah, I mean, there's no positive news. I haven't looked to see if Everton have been linked with anyone today. I highly doubt we have because it's pointless. So yeah, that's the daily show. Rose, thanks for coming on and keeping me fairly straight-laced, because genuinely this video would have been absolutely horrendous without you, to be honest.
Thanks for inviting me on.
It's okay. You're more than welcome. I just hope, I pray, I hope, I just hope that the directors have sat in that boardroom today and they've gone, let's not downgrade. Let's not go to a relegated manager who is a potluck. Let's go and get someone who's won something. And I don't know how they do it. It will be money that attracts them. But what other option have we got?
We've got to.
Yeah, we've got to. We can pay Eddie Howe £2.5 million a year to come to Everton, or we can pay Conte £13 million a year, like he was on, like Ancelotti was on at Everton. I'd rather just give it to. I'd rather Everton approach Conte than Eddie Howe any day of the week.
Yeah.
But there you go. Guys, I'm leaving it there. Rose, thank you ever so much as always. And if you are watching from one of the other fan channels I've been on, etc., Everton Rose, go and subscribe to her. She's absolutely amazing. I love her to pieces. She's probably the most rational Everton fan channel on there. I think that's fair to say. She's kept me fairly mellow. I did lose it a little bit, but yeah, have a great evening, guys, and a happy half term. Rose, I'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye.